How's it going, guys? Jond here. So, I've been working on Pixelmon Johto again. I really got into the idea of fixing and revamping it after I saw how powerful building stuff and functions was with Kalos. So, Johto, if you didn't know, was completely made without functions, which is a Minecraft 1.12 feature, I believe, is when it got implemented. And I've been entirely familiar with Minecraft Redstone pretty much until 1.8, and then I had a time skip, jumped into 1.12, and I didn't know really much about all the cool new stuff that happened since then. And oh my god, the difference is just night and day. Spawn is so friggin' different. So basically how I did Kalos was I have this single dialogue function that runs almost all of the story's text, all of the story's events, when all that stuff happens, and that's kind of how I've been converting Johto to, and that's about done. And let me run you through a bit of the basics of it. So this is what a dialogue looks like. It has a ton of tell raw commands, it has a bunch of execute commands, and so basically it'll just start running through, and depending on what the target selector is and what the range is, it'll do certain events, it'll give you certain things, all that kind of stuff. And I've actually had people come to me and be like, yo, I love your map, I want to translate it. How can I do this? And before it was like, well, you could select MC Edit in this cube of stuff and then edit these tell raw commands. Nah, now you can just open this text file and start modifying the tell raw commands. So hopefully this will make fan projects even better. I haven't actually played any of them, but I've definitely had people ask me about them, so. It's also so much, better for the world. So I think command block wise, Johto was sitting at about 30,000 command blocks, and now it's sitting at about 6,000, and that's still going down because I'm still minimizing stuff, and that's like an 80, I think I ran the math, 87% less command blocks around the world, which is friggin' insane. Hopefully this will run a lot better. The spawn no longer looks like a freaking circuit board, it's actually really nice. And I've also been documenting everything along the way, so I was incredibly bad about this during Johto. Maybe in part because I thought I wasn't going to be supporting it until 1.12. I feel like this map was started at 1.6 or 1.7. It's a long time, I feel like. So I've been writing down everything. Pokéloots are now entirely logged. Trainers are logged in their positions and their money and all that stuff. Spawners I'm working on. Fishing I'm completely redoing, so before literally the fishing rods I don't think would catch anything because all of the spawns were turned off. But I implemented biome specific Pokemon specs through Pixelmon in Kalos, and that was kind of a bad way to do it, I feel like, because now I'm going through with just a bunch of coordinates and making those same specs, so I don't have to modify the world itself. Oh yeah, one of the bigger things this time around is going to be the conversion to Pixelmon shopkeepers and straight Pixelmon items. So I got rid of stuff like the old repel system that was kind of buggy in favor of just real repels. I've gotten rid of emeralds, so you no longer have to carry money around. There's a few instances where it'll still be useful. So the bargain trader down in Goldenrod Underground, it's I can't keep you from buying more than one item without vanilla traders, so I'm doing that. The slot machines I'm not really reworking to work with Pixelmon money, so they'll just work with emeralds. The battle tower uses a completely different currency, so that's sticking with battle points, which are all vanilla traders. And I have to pretty much get rid of all of the loot's lore, because A, Pixelmon is kind of adding that in, so is it really necessary to have anymore? But B, it is also preventing you from selling items. I noticed that in my playthrough, and so I'd have to go through with all of the NBD data and add a separate line for all of the items, and it was a lot, and I'd just rather redo them and rather not have lore on stuff that you're meant to sell. I also figured this out recently. You can do custom advancements, and so I've been kind of making my own advancement trees of kind of stuff in the world, things you can explore, things that'll influence other things down the road, badges, all that kind of stuff. And then also there's a few extra side quests here and there. So you have delivering Webster's Spearow. You got your red scale that you can bring now to Mr. Pokemon, you got Bill giving you an Eevee after you talk to him in Uritique, those kind of things. Gotta go find Misty and crash your date now, after you turn on the power plant. Oh yeah, escape ropes are finally actually kind of working, so I went with this method for Kalos too and ported it over. So it's basically a rope that you can right-click instead of having to place a stupid pad and have it try and track that, because that didn't work. Now you just right-click. It's actually an Eye of Ender, so it'll give you a score of views. It'll kill the eye entity type that's around you, and then it'll teleport you if you have that score. A few of the caves now have like actual portal entrances. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Switched all from nether portals to warp plates. So yeah, escape rope actually works. A lot of stuff is just getting replaced and is being a lot more functional. That's probably the theme of this. It's both using a ton of functions, but it should also be a lot more functional for multiplayer. So like single player wasn't really an issue, because like if something got stuck, I mean, it'd be stuck after you already did it, so it wouldn't be that big a deal. It's mostly like when you're playing with friends and you can't progress because Lance doesn't move out of this spot or something stupid like that. So I'm working on it, and it's been a lot of fun. I've actually really liked revisiting this map and listening to a lot of classic music again. And thanks to Kalos, because I've learned so much from it, and maybe it should deserve its own update video too, because it's coming along quite nicely. I've actually done the entire story, and it's going well. So hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Maybe for that. I've just been working on Minecraft most of the days, so I'm around and making progress every day.